Not only is he back in the squad, but he's the captain.
That's Diego Gomez, the keeper for this one. Miguel Calero had started most of the games previously, and there is the man for Canada who has done so much for this team, Craig Forrest of West Ham United of the English Premier League.
Craig Forrest is probably happy that he wasn't back at West Ham yesterday. I believe the final score was 5-2 at Upton Park. So he's having a good run of luck right now. I'm sure that they'll be anxious to get him back after that type of defeat.
Well, the worst thing that could have happened from Craig's personal point of view, I suppose, was that Shaka Hislop, or pardon me, not Shaka Hislop, Sasha Illich would go in and play well and perhaps take the #1 job. Fennick, who's been very active in this first half as well. And that will go for a corner for Canada.
Paul Fennick is a player that's playing out of position, but as you say, he's actually been involved quite a lot in the build-up down the right.
Carlo Corazon will wait inside the box for this from Martin Nash. And a header on it there, and that might have been it. That is a goal for Canada. The header was it Jason DeVos?
It was Jason DeVos at the far post, getting up and doing what he's good at.
Canada have taken a 1-0 lead late in the first half here. We're at about 45 minutes off a corner kick from Martin Nash. Jason DeVos at the far post. It's a set piece Canada uses every time, and this time it worked.
Well, and we saw from the earlier set play the attention that DeVos was attracting. Even though they know the ball's going to him, he does a great job, and he's one-on-one at the back post, heads it down perfectly, and Gomez can't handle it. But what Jason DeVos did on that occasion was he came very late. He didn't stand in the space. He came from a long way back and was able to get up, well up over the Colombian defender.
Well, Jason DeVos is 6'4", 205 pounds.
Great header.
At 6'4", 205 pounds, Jason DeVos is able to get up and over top of everybody, and Canada have the lead here as we approach the end of the first half.
And not only do they have the lead, but they're full value for the lead at this point as well. They've had the best chance prior to the goal and are playing very, very well.
This is his 21st appearance for Canada. He now has 2 goals. And Canada in the driver's seat here. And we'll see what Colombia have now to answer this.
And the thing that Jason DeVos did differently on that occasion, and that's the half.
So the first half ended as we were busy showing replays, but Jason DeVos is the man of the moment here. In fact, I would think maybe every member of the Canadian team would say that very same thing right now.
And for Menezes, it's got to be extra special in that he plays his club soccer in Brazil. So the fact that he can go back to Brazil, or hopefully he can go back to Brazil.
And here comes an opportunity for Canada. This is Jeff Clark, and he's taken down in the box. And it's a penalty kick for Canada, says referee Peter Pendergast.
Great run by Jeff Clark. The goalkeeper came out. Looked like he was going down. Definitely a penalty kick. Stepped across the path of Jeff Clark, which results in a penalty.
Jeff Clark taken down by the goalkeeper Diego Gomez in the box, and this could be a defining moment right here for Canada.
Gomez got it all wrong. He should have come out and smothered the ball with his hands there. Instead, seems as if he can get there first if he dives with his hands down, but decides to go and tackle with his feet, which is very unorthodox.
And so now this kick to be taken here, and it's a goal for Canada by Carlo Corazon to give Canada the 2-0 lead. And how big is that, folks?
And Carlo Corazon demonstrating that his penalty shot against Costa Rica was by design. He went exactly the same place, straight down the middle, and looked very confident in doing so.
Carlo Corazon with his 4th goal of the tournament. No problem on Diego Gomez.
And at this stage of the game, Canada, again, full value for the victory.
Or for not a victory yet.
For the lead. I'm sorry, you're absolutely right. There's still time left, but if they continue to play the way that they are, and here we see it from behind, straight down the middle. Obviously, Gomez didn't scout Carlo Corzin in his penalty shooting, because if he'd stood still, it would have hit him. Exactly the same shot as he converted against Costa Rica.
Carlo Corzin plays for a third division side in England, and you wonder how long that will last after his performance here. And knocks it in front, and that's a corner kick for Canada. Here with only seconds remaining for Luis Garcia and his Colombian team, as Garrett Cush and the Canadians will celebrate the Gold Cup championship here in the Los Angeles Coliseum in 2000. What a way to start the new decade, the new century for Canadian soccer, with the biggest international win they have ever had. Colombia just going through the motions now. And can you imagine what it feels like to be a Canadian soccer player as Peter Pendergast blows the whistle? It's official. Canada, 2000 Gold Cup champions. How does that sound?
Well, an absolutely improbable conclusion to this tournament, but let's say it again. If they had good fortune on their side up to this game, they didn't need it today. Today was simply just a solid performance, full value for the 2-0 victory.
Soccer fans across the country, you can celebrate now. Canada is back on the map in this sport of football. 85th ranked in the world. That will change very soon, and people will be noticing this, and they'll be questioning what's going on in the Canadian soccer program. Well, there's a number of things. One is Holger Osiek. One is more confidence, and another thing is the players that he has found, and players that have been gaining experience in the leagues they're playing in. And my, oh my, what an improvement.
Well, and you can actually see by the Canadian celebrations that they're getting used to this. In the first game against Costa Rica, where he needed to be strong and he had plenty of action, he looked very solid and enabled his team to get a 2-2 draw.
Canada sweeping the hardware here in this post-game ceremony.
I think he just got the most valuable player of the tournament. I think Jason DeVos was probably the most valuable player of this game, and that Craig Forrest is now the most valuable player of the tournament, which, if in fact is what it is, he's very deserving. MVP. Jack Warner to his right is the president of CONCACAF. Also from Trinidad, so I'm sure that he's a little disappointed.
And there is a picture to behold, folks. The Canadian team with a major international trophy. And here's the goal that did it. Off a corner kick.
Up, well up in the air, and directing it downwards, and just barely makes it over the line, but that's enough.